Hello guys, I think I'm live now. Hopefully. Let me see. Alright guys, hi. I am online now. I hope. The camera is a bit slow and that might be because of my internet connection, even though it should be okay. Trying to get a better picture because I can see that the image is a little bit low resolution for you guys, so I really want you guys to see what I'm drawing at all. That would be a plus since it's a drawing live sending thing. Well, okay. Anyway, let's hope that the quality is a little bit better. There you go. Maybe I can fix this so you guys can see the drawing a little bit better. It will lag a little bit, but that's okay. All right, I'll just start and we can see if the quality gets better a little bit later. So write in the comment section, guys, if it's terrible quality on the drawing, just so you know. So anyway, it's bound to be some technical difficulties in my first live sending, but this is actually a little teaser to show you guys how I will do my live drawing sessions. I am working on a Pride book that my Patreons has voted forward for me to illustrate. I am working on several ideas, but this is the one that they kind of chose that I can work a little bit on now for this live drawing. So as you can see here on my iPad, I've been drawing different people in the Pride Parade itself, and this particular project has been more of a fun, kind of loose project that I will draw on when I have some spare time and for these live drawing sessions, for example. And I really want to make this loose and chill and just playful, really. So what I am drawing here is the people. This was actually originally Santa Claus because it was supposed to be North Pole Pride, and a drag queen just chilling out with him. So this in the center is Santa Claus, and it's really hard to see because it's a loose sketch. And there's some transsexual pride here. You can see the flag. And this is just a person going crazy with his ornaments on the back. This is the Fagottkore, which is a choir in Oslo that sings during whole year, really. But I always try to walk behind them in the Pride Parade in Oslo because that's so fun to hear them sing all the time. This is also going to be a float and another drag queen having a show in the Pride Parade. And this is a Pride family, so that's what I want to illustrate today. This is the one that I already posted on Instagram with the trans colors on her, and it's more like a furry kind of mascot thing that she's hugging. So let me see. I want to go into the drawing itself of the family because it's the most chill for me because I've been drawing them this kind of drawing before. I think I'll start on the line art because it's the chillest part. Really. So this is the more, what do you call it, tall mom who has a more masculine features. She has short hair, she's rather tough. She's more of the protecting type, I think. Often in relationships you have the kind of more feminine partner. And that's why I wanted to have this, even though it's a little bit stereotypical. I think it's nice to have in this kind of representational children's book about pride. I often get the question that a lot of people ask, can you draw a couple that's more like them? You know, either like 3 kids or 2 kids or one on the way or different skin colors. And I would love to, of course, try to hit all the spots in every kind of relationship, but it's kind of hard. So, and especially me, because I normally draw 2 girls with long hair, both of them. And often in relationships, at least the ones that I've seen, you have one person with short hair and one person with long hair. So I'm trying to do that for once now. To actually fill in the spot of all the questions that I get of what can I draw this. I love these requests, by the way, and having the conversation at the gallery about all the kind of LGBT people around the world. Kind of miss that now with the corona thing, even though I like to work from home and having my own gallery, like own studio at home, I still kind of miss the conversations at the art gallery that I usually have with the random customers coming in. I'm kind of looking forward to getting back to that after this is all over. So here we have the faces of the two mamas, and this is the 3 kids. I don't know if you can see that on the sketch really, because yeah, this is how loose I sketch. If you can see the time-lapse here, this is how I sketched it, because I was a bit nervous of going live, so I wanted to have a sketch already done. And as you can see, the 3 kids talking. And yeah, and having fun during Pride. Ride. And it's not that everyone wears costumes during Pride, but it's more fun to draw colorful, crazy stuff. So I kind of wanted to have that in. That's why I thought about having more North Pole Pride, because then I could have like themed costumes, like candy and presents and stuff. It would be easier, but I think the world needs, well, we do have Pride books, by the way, about Pride, but more books like these, like they actually are. So it's probably, I'll probably make like a hyped up version of whatever a kid feels Pride is. The video quality is pretty poor as well, even though here with me, even though it says that it's good enough. I have to get that right, I think. Well, anyway. Let me see. So here we have the Pride family. I think it's looking pretty good. I think since it's going to be part of a book, it needs to be a little bit smaller. I'm always a bit unsure where the side's gonna part. Like if this is a book, like it's the spread going to part in 2 here, and if I put it into a book, is it gonna crop off anything? So yeah, a little bit new to that, but I'll see how it goes. since I started drawing this book about a few days ago, I'm a bit unsure how big it's going to be or small. So I'm just playing around and trying to have some fun, imagining the format this book is going to have. The main part of the whole book is that it's going to be very white pages in the background. And if you have any questions related to Pride or children's books, just don't hesitate to ask in the comments, of course. Maybe for my next live stream, I'll have some questions to answer or something. Like, already prepped, if you know what I mean. In these kind of drawings, I feel like I emulate kind of my grandfather's style in a way. I don't have any sketches of him right here, but I need to find that for the next one, I think, just so you can see. It's like the playful kind of 70s vibe, I don't know. And yeah. Drawing the hand backwards is also a huge thing that a lot of illustrators does, including me. So originally I would have a reference for that. And I'll double check it later. They will, of course, have rainbow clothes, as you do in Pride. If you have prepped for it. I always find it hard to be like, where is the arms going? Is it going underneath the other arm of the person? Is it holding over? I don't know, like figuring out where to have the arms is pretty hard. I want to have this overly happy kind of Disney feel to the whole thing, I think. Just to have some Disney pride. Yay, it is pretty good quality. I had to check on my phone. This is the first time I'm live streaming. I am not quite sure how it looks like for you guys. It's pretty bad. Alright, let's try the internet connection if I open my door. Maybe it's better. Troubleshooting new technical things. I'll change the bit rate to see if that's gonna make the camera a little bit better. I'm not the most technical person, but I'm doing all right. So if you have any tips on better video quality, scream out. Well, it's not the worst. It works out, I think. All right, let's start to draw on the third kid. Look how happy he is. So cutesy. He's like just having fun by himself, I think. There you go, having fun at Pride. Ugh. Quality. So this is definitely like a draw with me live stream. So if you're drawing yourself, if you are want to have something in the background, this is the real live hastighet, like the speed that I'm usually drawing in when I'm doing line art. So if you want to draw in the background, put on some nice music and get yourself some hot coffee or tea, if that's your cup of tea, then do that. I think I'll draw until 8 o'clock or something. For the next live stream, I will definitely have some questions prepared, I think. I did see other people doing that when they planned their live stream, but to me, I just had to jump into it because I was a bit nervous for the first time ever in a long time, and it kind of felt nice being nervous for something, so I just wanted to jump into it so I didn't postpone it anymore. I've thought about doing live streams for a really long time, but I just didn't, I thought it was a bit scary, so I wanted to wait and until I was prepared and ready, and now I'm ready enough. So I think his face, I don't like to cheat by just moving the face, even though it's really easy when you work digital and just like, you know, trace it like this and move it around. But I feel like my personal, like my drawing development kind of, it's not good. Like my drawing development goes a little bit slower if I do those kind of cheats, even though it's not the worst if you do it, but I think in my opinion, you always learn something by drawing things one more time. And if I'm really happy with something, I will of course move it like that, but you know. And if I have a deadline for a commission or something, then it's a little bit different than time is of the essence normally. Because people normally want the drawing by a certain date, and I have a certain amount of commissions to get through during a month, so I can use time on something else. And then it's kind of nice to have that possibility of moving things around when you work digital. If you work traditional, you have to draw it one more time anyway. You don't have a choice. So it's kind of nice to take those positive things when they come. I like hats that kind of opens. So this is a hat, by the way. Can you see that? And that like festive things come out of them. Even though Pride is definitely like started as a march, and it is definitely a march for love and equality and showing who we are, and I kind of like the festive aspect as well, like just having fun with friends. And I think for kids as well, they get, of course, explained why we're walking in Pride and so on. But in this book in particular, I really want to bring forward the fun that we have on Pride, and that it's a shame that people feel like, oh, I don't want to walk in Pride because it's scary or anything. When you've walked your first Pride, you're definitely doing it again, if you know what I mean. So this is from a child's perspective. Yeah, all the faces kind of look in the same style now, except hers. So I think I'll remove that. She was too grown up in her face. She was kind of more not as stylized as the other ones. Ooh. I definitely still do the thing where I tap the paper if I work traditional, because I think I want to regret my choice that I did on the paper, and then you can't do that on paper. You have to do it only when it's digital. I keep on forgetting that. So hard when you're doing lines.
if you forget a line or you erase it out. Maybe she should have like a more of a childish chin as well. She was too grown up in her face. So the other ones are stylized really like black eyes, but those are kind of hard to get different expressions. And luckily this book is going to be mainly happy expressions, so it's kind of cheating to make it that easy, you know. But if you have, like, say for example, eyes that goes like this, you have round eyes, it's much easier to get like the expression in general, like the angry eyes and the surprised eyes. It's really simple, but when you have the white around, I mean. But when you only have 2 black dots, it's kind of hard to get the expression right. So you have to be like, okay, that's pretty easy. But again, how do you do surprised? Like this? And happy. Then you can kind of cheat and make them flat instead. But then again, you have to have the mouth to make it happy. And even that can be like a little bit cheeky. So I am definitely seems like drawing all of the faces like this with those kind of eyes. But if it was more of a full expression book where you have to have all the expressions, I think I would probably go for a different style of eyes. Just a little bit illustrating tip there for you. Yeah, now she kind of looks more like the others, I think. My favorite part of these illustration in general is that you can always just draw it one more time, and your skills will develop every time you draw something one more time. So it doesn't matter how many times you draw it, you're gonna still make it better. And the nice thing about digital is that you can just make it a little bit. Hello, Kate Long. Yay, a comment. Jesus, it's terrifying to do your first live, I think. But actually my latest video here on YouTube has 500 views now, which is pretty cool. I've been putting out YouTube videos not regularly for about maybe 5 years. Thank you. But it's the last year I started to do it more, the videos more regularly. It's pretty hard word. And now it's fun because people start to see the videos, so that's pretty cool. And I've been mainly doing it for fun, so that it kind of pays off. It's definitely a plus. So I will do more videos here on YouTube where I will just have fun and do sparkly stuff. Can you go with that? Like teach you guys how to draw galaxy or draw crazy things on canvas and so on. But on my Patreon, I will do more like step-by-step tutorials, I think, and teach you guys more what I know, if you know what I mean. Because on YouTube here, I just want to have more fun and do more playful content. But on my Instagram, I will be having more like a sharing, of course, what I do and my children's books and the development of the LGBT children's books. Thank you, Kate. And but on Patreon, I want to teach you guys more, and then I don't have to be very YouTubey snappy. That I feel like sometimes YouTube are, except the live streams. Oh, the hands. Oh, it's so hard with the hands. I haven't met one artist in the course of my illustration career that thought hands were easy. Like boasting about drawing hands easily. Like, is this right? Yeah. So the little Pride family is looking good, I think. It seems like they're having fun at Pride. This kid with the tongue out, like, is definitely having fun. Looking a bit crazy, I think. So just some line art left, and I'll go over to color. I'll put this live up on YouTube as well so you can see it later, and I will try to do more lives at a later date as well. It kind of sets up like a very certain period where I kind of have to draw, you know? So it's kind of nice to get things done when I'm doing more of these kind of videos, either if I'm planning a YouTube video or a time lapse or now live streams. It's kind of nice because I feel like I'm more productive and I kind of have to focus, which is kind of a problem for me. I think it's hard to focus unless it's like in the middle of the night. Actually, my first children's book, which is called The Wish, it's on my web page, or it's actually, I have a read through here on YouTube if you want to see that. And that the whole book I drew in the middle of the night when my kids were asleep. Oh yes, this can happen. This is a line through the whole thing. I'll try to go back and see when it was created. Yeah, it's usually old. Oh, why is this happening? Yeah, okay. It's that old. I'll go through it again. Yep, okay. We'll erase it then. That's okay. No worries. Accept and surrender to what is. There you go. With the line art section, it's better. If I had already done the colors, that would be a little bit harder to erase, because then I would have to emulate like the texture and so on. But it does happen. I had like a gender bend illustration of Salazar Slytherin. Oh, thank you, Kate. I think silent music, that's a really good idea. I think maybe I could do epidemic sound in that case. Dreamy jazz. Is that too cheesy?
pretty happy with this drawing. I think it's pretty cute. It's definitely the vibe that I want to have for the children's book. For you guys who haven't seen the whole thing yet. This is the kind of the vibe of the book that I'm going for. So this is the whole illustration. From start to finish. Is that cheesy? Well, I like jazz, but not everyone. We'll see. We'll try. I have a really good playlist for my art gallery that we have in Bryggen here in Bergen, but normally here on YouTube it's like copyright thing going on, so then you kind of have to be a little bit careful about what you play so you won't get demonetized or anything like that. But I agree. Best with music in general. I think it's looking cute. There's not that many line art details left that I have to do. Normally I would do a little bit more, but I think it's fun to go over with color and then think about all the details later if it's something that I've lost. And like checking the anatomy, for example, and if something is completely off, it's kind of nice to have that fixed at the end, but I'm definitely more of a color artist. Like, I like to work with color more than I like to work with line art. So that's probably why I tend to jump into color a lot faster than a lot of other people. So the colors that the brushes that I use, is actually a lot of different ones, but Old Bleach has been a favorite of mine now. I'm not sure if this is a brush pack or not. I think if it's a brush pack, it's the Max pack that you can find. Just Google it and you'll find it definitely. It's very popular now, I think. Ooh, I can link it down below when I post this live stream later. It's the easiest. So since this is a couple of girls,
that are married. I think I want to focus, because in the book I want to focus on the different flags, of course, as you do when it's bride related. Let me see here. So I have a couple of trans flags. Here is a trans, like, oh, this is a live stream, yes, sir. Can you see this? Ugh. My video is lagging. Well, anyway, let's hope that you can see this. Trans flag, the gay flag, and I don't think I've covered any of the other ones yet. So I have a lot of flags left. You have the non-binary and the lesbian flag and the bear flag. There's so many. The pan flag, palm. I actually have the pan flag. That's in the balloon. Oh. So I think I can go for the girls who love girls flag here. Where's my drawing? There it is. So let's pink in color and stuff. Using getting a little bit intense. Anyway. I'll have to Google the flag just to be sure. You have the lipstick lesbian flag, and then you have the other flag, because it was kind of a discussion what was okay to have in the flag and something people stopping using one of the flags and so on. So I can actually just have the warm tones from pink, red, orange, and lighter pink. That's okay. There is something called creative freedom. That is kind of important to keep, even though you're having a theme within your art or your book and so on. So that is important to keep in mind if you want to make something, that not to be too strict on yourself, and play around with the colors if you like. If people arrest you on anything, then that's their deal. A lot of people make color sketches for their illustration. I could do that, and I know that it's smart in many ways, but I kind of like to just go with the flow and use my time and just go for what feels right in the illustration instead of making color sketches before. So I might be wrong. There might be some color choices that are better than the ones that I'm ending up with, but this is definitely my most like natural way for me to do it. So instead of using a long time on prepping with colors, I kind of just go with the flow, and it really works for me. I'm not much of a planner, if you know what I mean. Sometimes the colors works, sometimes they don't, and that's okay. Yeah, I have to research what kind of music to have in the background, because this felt a little bit cheesy. I have to be honest. But the kids, so the mamas have now a flag, but I think Maybe the kids will be more neutral. It's hard to say. Because I don't want them to blend together either, you know? Like one cohesive color through the whole thing. I want to have a little bit more fun with it. So I normally add the ground color underneath. And then I kind of spruce it up with texture over. So this is the texture. It's the Shale brush. Adding some depth here. And if it doesn't look good, I'll just delete the layer. That's kind of the beauty of working digital. Look at that mom. Mommy and mama. Like our baby is 10, almost 11 months old, so we're just calling, my wife and I just calling ourselves mama and mom, and we mix it up all the time. So when I thought about these two now, it's like, oh, that's mama and this mom. Is like, is it mom or is it mama? Hey. It's looking like they're showing their tongue to their kid. Maybe I'll just remove the tongue. That was weird too. It looked good in the sketch. We'll give the kid a tongue as well, so it doesn't look weird. Then it kind of looks like they're just doing like this to each other. Blah. I don't know, I always feel like I'm working, like drawing a Disney drawing when I do, like, draw these tongues. Do you feel the same, that you have like the, does it look more like Disney? So here you have the other mom's arm, and I think I'll go for more bright colors with the kids, so they're more neutral, a little bit like an awkward family photo, because why not? It kind of blends them together, you know, so you can see that they're siblings. It has a lot to do with the color choice, I think. Should this kid not have a skirt? I think it looked weird now. Yeah, we'll do that later. I always tend to go for blonde, probably because I have blonde hair myself. I don't know. But I've never drawn a whole family blonde. Maybe it's too much. It's pretty rare that all of them are blonde. Except when you're in Norway. We'll keep it for now. There you go. Finish not perfect, right? Stressing about the details is definitely one of the things that I do pretty often, that I end up like focusing on something that I kind of should have drawn, like finished a while ago, and then I just end up obsessing with the details, where I just should have like left and gone forward to the next thing. But I'm working on it. So if you see this live stream and you're drawing at the same time, please use the hashtag Nille Illustrations, and so I can see your creations, of course. I love that on Instagram, and because it's fun to see what you guys draw as well. I love having these live streams in the background when I'm drawing myself. So that's kind of what sparked the idea of doing live sessions, because I kind of like it myself, and I needed to set off a certain restricted time where I drew like faithfully, because I love drawing, of course, but I tend to head over to doing like stretches and drinking too much coffee, and kind of a natural procrastinator. Even though I do get to produce a lot of art, I think it's wasting my time a little bit, not being too focused. So I draw a lot, like small amounts, but it's really nice when I first get the focus and sit down and like actually focus on the drawing. I kind of like how this turned out. I think actually I draw better when I'm doing live, apparently. So like Kate here, who tipped me about the music, if you have any, when I'm posting this later, any comments, any feedback, some things that I can do better. I love constructive criticism, because it kind of gives me that boost to do better. And I am not the person who follows mostly on media. I love YouTube, so I'm a lot here, but I kind of feel a little bit rusty with things. So if you have any tips, it's greatly appreciated. And when you go on to my Instagram, if you have anything that you see you go like, oh my god, I wonder how she did that, just comment down below as well, or DM me and ask, and I will definitely do more tutorials on Patreon. So you can head over there and search Nille Illustrations, and there you will see more like behind the scenes, if you know what I mean. Here on YouTube, I'm looking forward to doing more challenges. I've done the drawing a whole book in one day, drawing a mood board in one day, drawing 100 faces, and drawing characters in different styles. That was pretty hard, but so fun to do. And so I'm looking forward to doing more of these challenges that pops up in the community. So with this color combination, I feel like initially that I'm thinking that I need some mint green. This is definitely one of my favorite combinations, with the salmon pink that you got here, and then you have the pink the mint green to kind of break it up. Here, this is something that I learned from a teacher that I had in my hometown, Linda, and she kind of showed me how to use the color combination with salmon pink and mint green, and I think that it kind of just stayed with me, really. We just had a few courses, but the color combination really stuck with me, and I think I've used it in almost everything. The artists that I've followed since I started my journey with art, it seems like most people get like a favorite color combination, and then they end up with using that a lot, even though in different work you have to kind of end up with doing different things. Of course, you still end up with this favorite color combination that most people tend to go back to, I think. So now it's time for me to have some dinner because our baby is asleep, and this is the hours that I tend to chill out, do some yoga and meditation, and just wind down for the day. And I am really happy for you guys who stopped by this live stream. It was really fun to do. Nerve-wracking in the beginning, but now I'm feeling that it's okay. And I like doing it, especially for the personal development, which I am all about. That if it's not a little bit scary, well, if it is a little bit scary, it's probably worth doing, I think. So if you're sitting at home and, oh, here you have the mint green, by the way, and wanting to do something like this, like making a children's book or something, and preferably something that I can inspire you from, just do it. Life is too short. If you were at your deathbed tomorrow, would you regret not doing something, right? I would definitely do more of the things that challenge me, hence live stream and Patreon and all that jazz. Okay, so now I'm going into the details where I could do something else. So in the finished illustration, I'll do more of these kind of added details, but this was quite fun to do. I am so proud of getting online and doing this live stream and being able to be here for you guys as well. And looking forward to improve on my next live stream and to finish these books. I have so many plans. We just had a voting over at Patreon on which books that they like the ideas of, because in my brain there's always popping up new ideas for Pride books, but the main part is that I have to finish some of them. I have one book, as I said earlier, here on my YouTube channel, a read through, which you can get via my webpage, which is called The Wish, and it's about, well, it's inspired by my wife and I and how we got our daughter Hedwig. So I really want to finish more of these books so more of them can come to life and out into the world. We have a lot of American produced LGBT children's books, there's no doubt about that, but it's kind of nice to have some more from Norway as well. Not that it really matters that much, but it's kind of nice to just get more perspectives and different kind of LGBT illustrations and children's books in general from different points of views. So here you go, the two mamas. Maybe I'll put some, she looked a bit too masculine, I think. Kind of have to be a little bit explicit in these illustrations. I don't want her to have sideburns either. Okay, I can probably draw for years, but now I have to log off, and I will post this on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Nille Illustrations if you want to see more of these kind of illustrations, and I'll post more process pictures there than I have done before, because it's nice to share the imperfect illustrations as well, so people don't get discouraged about their own art and thinking that everyone else is perfect. It's important to post more unfinished illustrations as well. Alright, so we don't go around with unrealistic expectations about everything. There you go. Alright guys, thank you so much. I hope that I got to fill some of your corona times with some nice drawing and some joy, and I really hope that if you like this live stream, you will head over to my channel and subscribe and hit the bell button, of course, to get notified, or else you might not see my videos. And I'm really looking forward to the next live stream. I won't promise when that will be, but I will try as soon as possible, because this was fun. It was really challenging. I definitely feel personal development through this. Yeah, thank you guys for checking out my video, and I'll see you in my next live stream, YouTube video, or Instagram post. Alright guys, bye!